Welcome back to Making a Difference on Buzz TV. I'm Mike White. Join me today is John Wood, CEO of Sally Corporation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mike.
So you have been a big active supporter in scouting for a long time. How did you get started involved with the Boy Scouts?
It came with my family. My grandfather was scoutmaster at Riverside Park Methodist for about 20 years. And my father, of course, was one of his scouts, was an Eagle Scout. And I couldn't wait to become a scout myself.
What are some of the things that you took out of the scouting program as a kid that still lingers through your work life and personal life today?
Well, I think first and foremost, it endows you with being a good person, to creating a character within yourself, and mostly to developing leadership skills. I learned a lot about leadership in scouting. I learned also that there were better leaders than I was, which was a humbling but enriching experience as well. Scouting taught me a lot about the outdoors. I loved the expanded component of life that it brought. Camping was a whole new experience. Being that dirty, I don't think my mother ever thought I could get that dirty. Camping and cooking and setting up tents and building and developing all of the skills that you develop with the Merit Badge program, not to mention the citizenship programs and what you need in order to advance through the ranks of scouting. It was nonstop value,
Now, any camping trip in particular you remember?
Oh, sure, all of them. We used to camp directly at Silver Glen Springs. You can't do that any longer, but one of them was at freezing temperatures, and hanging your wet clothes out to dry, you had pretty much stiff, hard cardboard that you were trying to put on the next morning. Out at Okefenokee Swamp was a great one, at Billy's Island, and up on Fort Clinch cliffs or bluffs on St. Mary's River, the dunes over at Fort Clinch that we would play capture the flag in, and end up with all kinds of cactus in our feet and stuff that we had to deal with the rest of the time. It was all fantastic.
After scouting, you obtained the rank of Eagle Scout and moved on. What made you get back involved on the board level?
Well, I didn't have the time to become a scoutmaster. And those are the guys and their team of volunteers that really deserve the praise in our organization. But I wanted to help. And so I went to a recruitment program where we were at my church, and said, I can't do this regularly, but I could probably raise some money for you. And so, unfortunately, now 25 years later or 35 years later, I'm still helping them a little bit with fundraising. You have to have community support in order to have a vital organization. And I reach out to my community and some of the folks that I was scouts with, and those that are also supporters, and ask them for a little bit of money every year.
Has your hiring decisions at Sally Corporation, do you ever come across resumes with Eagle Scout on it?
My new COO that we brought in over just a little over a year ago, one of the key factors was Eagle Scout on his resume. And an Eagle Scout rank is equal in weight probably to a college degree when it comes to job opportunities. People don't realize that, but I was extremely proud of putting Eagle Scout on my college application, and I think it gave as much weight to that as my football playing or swimming or anything else. And the same is true when it comes to applying for a job. It puts you in a different category. It says, hey, this guy is willing to sacrifice, to advance, to learn, and to achieve. And you don't always have that in a new hire. Our first hire was a Eagle Scout, Gary Callahan. Our fourth hire was an Eagle Scout who's still with me, David Jones. And then our last hire was an Eagle Scout, David Bishop.
What advice would you have to parents about getting their kids involved?
Oh, there's nothing better for development of character and development of this age of scouting is a critical time for a young person. They can choose all kinds of paths, as you well know, Mike. I know, even though I was a good Boy Scout, I wasn't always a good boy when I was a Boy Scout. And I can only imagine if I didn't have all the other support mechanisms of scouting and church and school that helped me stay on the road and navigate the path of adolescence and get through there without dying or getting hurt or in jail or anything else. So those that have their kids in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, I can't say enough about keep them there and understand the values of the lessons that they're learning, not just the school lessons, if you would, for merit badges, but the lessons for life.
Well, I appreciate all you do for the Boy Scouts and the community. You're a great trustee, so thank you for coming on the show today.
It's a pleasure, Mike.
And thank you for watching us on Buzz TV. Make sure to sign your child up for scouting at beascout.org. We'll see you next time.